Hey, we're live.
Oh my gosh, we're
This
live.
actually worked.
What?
I cannot believe this
What?
actually worked. Two
What just
Floridiots have figured out how to work YouTube.
What did we do?
Is this on? This is your parents. Every time you FaceTime
What?
with your parents, this is what happens. Hi, son. That's what my dad calls
All I
me,
could
son.
do is see your cavities, Dad.
Welcome to Floridiots, everybody. I'm
Hey.
Lee Scott.
I'm J Pops Koga. How are you doing?
And we're going to do a show called Floridiots every week where we do Florida man stories.
Yeah.
We're
Or
two dudes that
tell
grew up
stories
in
about-
Florida,
Yeah.
and we've got a bunch of stories from being idiots in Florida.
Oddly enough.
And the whole Florida man thing has become such a phenomenon that
Yes, it
journalists have picked up on it, and they purposely will title their stories Florida man.
Yeah.
And we figured,
We're lucky.
well, for everything from Florida to Floridiots to the hanging chads to the fact that we cannot seem to get anyone vaccinated down here, constant.
Dangling balls without nothing.
We're like California if California was a trailer park. That's basically what Florida is. And we just thought, who better to tell these Florida man stories than us two? We're, idiots
Grew
from
up
Florida.
here. Yeah.
Right.
Grew up here.
So we hope you join us each and every week as we do this. We'll have some fun with it. Maybe have some guests on. We're doing the show live from my work.
So yeah.
I'm not going to say where I work, but let's just say a lot of stoners come in here.
Yeah.
So we figured this is perfect because I'm sure we'll have some people wander in here, stumble in here, and want to be a part of the show. But
dude, you got one of those new vaporizers, bro.
So Jay, for the audience,
Oh shoot! Look,
do your
in space, man.
we're doing a show live from space. This is Jeff Bezos took us up to
his donut. He didn't have his first rocket ship wasn't shaped like a penis. It was shaped like a donut.
It really was like a giant dick measuring contest, wasn't it?
My metal penis bigger than yours.
My metal penis is huge. There's starving people down here on the planet. We're spending billions of dollars he didn't even go to space. He just went to the edge of space.
Well, that's the thing. The reason, they're just trying to get away from all the people that aren't eating so they don't have to feed them.
I was a huge fan of the Rocketeer. I will be that.
Yeah,
sure.
Rocketeer.
Rocketeer was fucking rad.
Good show.
So I want to know your quintessential Floridiot story, like an example of a time that you were a Floridiot.
I remember as a young teen growing up in Sarasota, we used to play a wonderful game called car tag. And this is very intelligent, mind you. It would usually be around between 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we drive around the neighborhood.
1, 2, 3 o'clock is actually a time.
Yeah.
It's a very specific time. It's
4
usually the
o'clock
time I tell my girlfriend I'm coming home.
5,
1, 2, 3
6,
o'clock.
7, 8, 9 o'clock on rock. No. We used to play car tag, and you actually had to tag the other person's car, like hit them, and they would have to chase everyone else. And there usually be 3 or 4 cars, 5 cars in the neighborhood, and our lights were out. And if we had to get away, and it meant driving through between 2 houses and through their backyards, we would do that.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of pink flamingos and yard gnomes lost their lives during these, and I feel empathetic towards those yard ornaments. I apologize to them and their families.
You're a gnomist.
No, I was just. It was like what was that? Death Race 2000.
Flamingo Genocide would be a great death metal band name, right?
Idiot Death Race Florida is
for sure.
Actually what it was.
From Tampa, Florida, Flamingo Holocaust.
But yeah, luckily nobody was ever hurt except for yard gnomes and flamingos.
Yeah, that's insane. How so you basically were playing a live version of like the Derby, like the Crash Derby.
Oh yeah, it was like the first. What was the car game that was on Sony? The Twisted Metal.
I love Twisted Metal. That was so much fun. They should bring that back. I would play that game.
Except with a 90 Nissan Sentra, a 77 Chevy Caprice Classic, and a couple other crappy old cars from the 70s and 80s.
That's a good one, man. That's a pretty good example of being a Floridiot. I have one that starts off kind of depressing, but let's see how I articulate this, because I think the window of time I could get in trouble for this is probably over. So there was a time that
this supposedly happened.
There's a time that I was real depressed for a while, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I started huffing that duster stuff. You ever the computer duster? It's really bad for you. Don't do this. Do not do this.
We used to huff Rush in the back of my friend's Mercury Cougar and listen to punk rock music during church.
Ugh, God, awful. So, I'd wander into a store and I'd grab that computer duster stuff and I would, inhale it till I didn't know where I was. And it was just a whole thing. I mean, it was like, just a nightmare situation.
Is that why your computer's so clean now?
My computer is so dirty because I refuse to go buy one of those cans. Like my phone, I have an iPhone and I'm a painter by trade and I'm constantly getting like caulk stuck in the hole.
That's not from painting.
And so, I've been told just go get the fucking duster thing and spray it out. I'm like, no, can't do it.
Me. That's like saying, hey, you want some gold paint?
So, like Charlie from Always Sunny, I was Nightman. And I woke up in a Walgreens that had been closed. I mean, it had been closed for a while. So I wake up in the bathroom and I'm like, there's just vomit on me. And I don't remember where I am. And I stumble out of the bathroom and I'm just like, sorry. To the guy, there's a guy in there stocking the shelves and he had to go unlock the door and let me out and stuff. It was bad.
He's like, you're awesome for doing this tonight, bro.
Floridiots.
Sweet. Yeah. So talking about Floridiots, the reason why we decided to do this show is because, one, like you said, we grew up in Florida. We love Florida. We love the places in which we live. We love the stories that come from this state. We have a varying degree of all different types of ideologies and things like that throughout this state. So we wanted to show you the different types. One, that maybe what our backgrounds, how we grew up, or maybe other types of people that would be considered Floridiots as well, because I would have to say that all of us are Floridiots.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still an idiot for staying here amongst this shit. And I don't know what it is about Florida. I don't know if it's the swamp water or the fact that we're, a peninsula. So there's a lot of tourism. There's a lot of fluctuating populations. So you're right. There's a lot of different kinds of people mashed into one area. But if you take from the early 1900s with like Edgar J. Watson, murdering Cubans to get free, sugar plantation farming, right, all the way up to Disney and all the backdoor deals that had to go on to create Disney, the pine tar camps. Now we're getting into some heavy Floridiot stuff.
That's youth work program back in the day, right, too. Yeah, for young folks. Yep.
And then the youth offender stuff that goes on down here, the prison industry.
Okeechobee, represent.
The rampant drug use. You take all of that and mix it into a pot and you've got Floridiots.
Yeah.
And so we just thought.
And then throw in some Europeans and some Canadians and then
sprinkle a little meth right on top of it.
That's right.
Good to go.
Shake it up in Daytona.
I think about the different types of rednecks you have in the South.
Just say no.
This is sort of my philosophy. In like West Virginia, you have like barefoot rednecks, like hill people, right? Appalachian people. And then
they wear boots.
And then Alabama and Mississippi, just like super racist rednecks.
Kentucky,
Georgia, you got
Alabama,
red clay rednecks, right? Louisiana, you got Cajun rednecks.
Oh yeah.
Florida,
I don't gonna say you're gonna get that gator on hell down. I'm gonna tell you something. Hell.
Florida has water rednecks.
Melt.
There's you're gonna know this dude when I say who this is, but Florida has a different type of redneck down here.
Yeah, totally.
That mishmashes all these different cultures together, and it's all tied together with the water, right? So you got a guy that goes, "Hey man, we're going to the springs in the morning, and then we're gonna go surf, and then we're gonna go shoot a deer, and then we're going to a punk rock show tonight." And you're like, "What? None of those things go together." But it's because of the water. We have water rednecks here.
Right. No. Yeah, it does. They're not as bad as the water moccasins, but they're getting out of hand.
Water moccasins, for those of you that don't know, are super aggressive black snakes. They will jump out of trees into your boat. Yeah, to attack you.
Jump out and let them just. And what they'll do is they'll steal your canoe.
They will.
You see them just. I don't know where the arms come from, but they just start paddling away.
You know what happens if you get bit by a moccasin?
You turn into a.
Black snake moan.
Oh shoot! I heard a joke. I heard if you buried a rebel flag and peed on it, the next day a Cracker Barrel would be there.
What's up? That's a good one. All right, so here's an example of some of the stories that we're going to talk about on this show.
Going on?
I've got. It looks like I'm just not paying attention to you. I'm looking at my phone.
Oh wait, real quick. We have a visitor today.
So we do
for our first day. a special guest.
Ooh, a guest.
And you guys will never believe this. He said he's just got one quick message. That's it. In and out, no questions. He said he didn't want to hear from us. And it's our actual governor, Ron DeSantis.
Oh, Ron DeSantis
Yes,
is here.
he's here.
That's awesome. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Ron, how's it going? Oh, hey. Oh, what? Ron, why can we not get everybody vaccinated?
The rebellion will not win.
Ron,
I'm the only one who could wear a mask.
Ron, why do all your stormtroopers have rebel flag t-shirts?
They don't know. Thank you. Keep your mask off. Hope you don't die.
Ron DeSantis, ladies and gentlemen. DeSantis, a lot of you don't know, is Latin for don't vaccinate. So a lot of people
That
don't
guy,
know that.
his security team, I couldn't even get near, and that's why I was off the camera, because they were keeping me away. I mean, even though I voted for the guy.
Did you vote for Ron DeSantis? You did not.
Sure did.
There's no way that's true.
Totally.
So this is a crazy Florida man headline, and this is the example of some of the stuff that we're going to talk about on the show. Florida man trapped in unlocked closet for 2 days. John Armwood and Amber Campbell thought they were stuck in a janitor's closet at Daytona State College for 2 days before realizing they could just open the door and walk out.
Were they workers there? Or were they going in there to do a little?
John Armwood was 31, Amber Campbell was 25, so maybe they were students, but it seemed like maybe they were, why were they in the closet together? It's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
I'm just saying. I guess we'll have to ask R. Kelly.
December 7th, 2015, Florida man killed by alligator while hiding from cops. Matt Riggins, 22, was fatally chomped by an 11-foot gator after allegedly breaking into a home and then hiding from cops in Barefoot Bay Lake. There's a place in Florida called Barefoot Bay. Where's that? Is that up in the Panhandle?
It's near Armpit River, I think.
Zing! When police found him, the 22-year-old was missing part of his arm. Died from blood loss.
Yeah, no shit.
Gators will get you.
That's why I don't go in water at night in any type of lake that's in a community in Florida. Or heck, even someone's pool without looking in Florida. Because you'll find them in there sometimes.
And finally, January 8th, 2019. This is pre-pandemic, but fairly recent. Florida man insists syringes pulled from rectum, not his. After getting hauled into jail.
For somebody, dude.
After getting hauled into jail.
My mom's got diabetes. The hell?
On marijuana charges.
That's all you say.
Wesley Dasher Scott allegedly pulled 3 syringes from his butt during a strip search. Asked why he had the needles. Scott claimed they had belonged to someone else. This is in Pinellas County, down near your way.
I just happened to pass out at my friend's house, and he decided to pack up a few things in my anal cavity. What's all of them for?
If I had $1.
He'd be a good courier in jail, that's for sure. Here you go, pocket.
So, Floridiots,
yes,
we're going to do it each and every week.
Yes, we will.
You'll be able to not only get the YouTube live stream here, obviously, on our channels, but we'll also have the podcast version. So if you're interested in that, you don't want to look at our ugly faces, you can just listen to the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, any place you can get podcasts, and that'll be each and every week.
Every week. And as I said, this will grow. We'll hopefully we're definitely going to have guests, and we can have people even zoom in while we're live on the show. So once we get that all set up, it'll be here for you. You guys have any questions, anything you want us to talk about, if you want to, call in or we'll figure all that stuff out, and we'll get it situated, get it ready. We've got other shows. He has his show, Uncarcerated.
Yep.
And what's that about real quick, too?
Uncarcerated just details people's lives as they return home from various institutions, jails, prisons, mental health institutions. So a little heavy, but definitely
good show,
rehumanizing people. Yeah. And you have a podcast as well.
Yes, it's called A Powwow with Pops. You can check it out on SoundCloud, Anchor, Facebook.com/A Powwow with Pops. It's on Google Podcasts. It's on Podcast Addict. It's everywhere. What's it
about?
It's a show. It's about music and art, pretty much. It's me and life as a punk rocker and as someone who loves music and all that means so much to me. So I'm very grateful for having the opportunity to speak to all the people.
Dude gets rad guests.
Great.
Talked to Ian
Amazing
Mackay
guys,
from
amazing
Minor
guys.
Threat.
Stupid lucky. But this show, like I said, this is going to be me and him doing our thing, giving it to you, the funniest things we could come up with, and hopefully the best show that we could possibly, do for you, the watcher.
And Jason kind of previewed wanting to get in touch with us. By the time we get our next video up and running, we'll have a Google voice line and we'll have an email. You can email us, and then obviously Instagram and Facebook, so you can message us there, because I'm sure that you all have Floridiot stories and maybe some Floridiot questions, and you want to answer them. So
and if any other podcasters out there who like to make fun of Florida and joke around, and comedians and stuff like that, if you want to come on the show and really learn what Florida is about, come on here and you can hang out with us for a few minutes and we'll talk about it. Or you can even zoom in and we can have a little fun with it, because the stories are always something to have fun with. I'm almost 50 years old, so I've got about 48 years worth of memory of Florida stories. So
this guy's almost 50?
50.
It's fucking crazy. I am 34.
The crossroads.
So it's, I'm a lot younger, but
sold him something I didn't have.
I think I'm going to lie about my age and go the other way. From now, people always lie and say they're younger. I think I'm going to say I'm a lot older, because if I was like, I'm 62, people are like, oh my God, you look so good, right? So that's my new thing that I'm going to do.
Yeah, if you say the older you say you are, they're going to be like, you definitely don't look that age.
Yeah.
So Floridiots. Totally hotly, Scott.
J. Pops Kogar.
And anything else you want to tell these folks before
That's
we
it,
call
buddy.
this for a day?
Call it.
Calling it.
Call it.
Check out the show.
Time of death.
You're going to love it.
1645.
Learn it. Live it. Love it.
Is that how we're going to end the show? Learn it, live it, love it. That's what we're going to do. You sound like one of those Target things that you put up on your wall that's like, love, laugh, pleasure.
No, dude, it's that sand one with the
Oh my
camel
God, this is
walking.
over. Floridiots, everybody.